Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Star Stuff Podcast, where we talk all things Star Wars. My name is Colin,
And I'm Josh.
and we have a lot to break down. But first, I wanted to thank everyone that listens to the podcast. If you're on your way to work, if you're doing yoga, if you're meditating, we have a friend that actually does that. So, Hannah, if you're listening, breathe in, breathe out. Proud of you. Keep it up. Something just fell on my desk. Wow. Anyways, let's get to the news. So we have the Bad Batch season 2 trailer that dropped a couple of days ago. And then right now Josh and I are watching the right now we are watching
Game Awards.
the Game Awards, and they are going to actually drop the gameplay trailer for Jedi Survivor, but they're also potentially they will also drop like an actual trailer for it as well. So that game comes out in March, including season 2, and including season 3 of Mando, and then season 2 of the Bad Batch will continue in March. So March is a big month for Star Wars as well. But without further ado, let's get into the news. So the season 2 trailer for Bad Batch. We start with a clip that's on this island, which we don't know the planet yet. They haven't announced it, and they didn't say anything at Star Celebration either. But
It's like the same one. Yeah, I don't know. That planet looks fun.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I don't think it's the planet from the end of the season.
It's an island of Scarif.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's Scarif. If it ends up being Scarif, that'd be like, really, come on. But we see Omega just not fearing anything anymore and just going full on in. We also don't know
as well.
Yeah, and we don't know how far in the future this is. Like after season 1, I'm guessing a couple of months, maybe a year at max. But
I mean, they're still doing the odd jobs.
Yeah,
from getting all their like little missions. So it is interesting. I wonder if we will move away from them just kind of, always having this like, you give me a deal and I go do a bounty for you or complete something for you. I'm like,
right.
Interesting. I kind of like that episodic nature. If they want to keep it like that is like the entire series, I don't think they'll do that, but I wouldn't mind it with them just being like, all right, we have a separate mission, we have a separate mission, we have a separate mission. Do you feel like this show is gonna benefit from being kind of like an arcade kind of feel for Star Wars instead of being a super linear Star Wars?
Well, something about the animated shows is I mean, again, as George Lucas said, that Star Wars was always meant for 12-year-olds, and then as Star Wars, got older, it kind of, pointed towards more adults, and Andor is a fine example of that. But I think people are really overseeing the fact that this show is going to explain a lot of what was happening in Andor by of why people are so easy to rebel, because these are the early days of the Empire. So and in this trailer we also see Bail Organa. So I could definitely see Bail Organa kind of recruiting them like he did with Ahsoka and a couple of the other people.
Okay.
And there's a chance that the Bad Batch might be some of the inspiration that helps start the rebellion.
Okay.
I could definitely see that happening. If it just has to work for me, because you also have to think like there's Captain Rex, who like went to a different planet, went into hiding, and it's just like, okay, where are the Bad Batch now? Like, did they all die? Did they like? I mean, I know Rex was there with Ahsoka, kind of building things up, but why did Rex go into hiding? And I think I think maybe because I was just thinking about this a lot after I saw the trailer, is that maybe what happens in this season kind of breaks him, and I'm thinking maybe that might be him going up against Cody and taking him down. if Cody doesn't back down, and maybe that breaks him, and then him, Gregor, and Wolf end up going into exile. I could definitely see that happening because it doesn't make sense why he want to continue the fight.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Family.
yeah,
Family
family.
has a
So
family. Has a family.
wait,
Hmm?
wait, who? Like of Rex or Cody?
Rex.
Oh, Rex. I mean, I could see it.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many people really gave up on trying to do anything and they did their own thing up until um basically Luke was of age enough to help the rebellion where we really pick up. Because I want to know how many like people that are just kind of like, well, we're not winning this, so might as well just start my own life for myself as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, I'm very curious of what they're gonna do because they have all right, so they are walking into the bar and we have this figure talking. We don't know her name yet, but she's actually played by Wanda Sykes, and she actually looks like her as well. Uh it We're not 100% sure of what her role is. I could see her taking over um uh the Tran the Trandoshan's position.
Hmm.
Um, Maybe the actress doesn't want to carry on, and she's passing on the torch, like of kind of being like of the guy for the Bad Batch.
Hmm.
Um, but we see them just kind of dealing with the fact that maybe they don't want to be in the run anymore. And then she she brings up a line saying, "Hey, how about if you do this, you don't have to run anymore." And then Hunter's reply is, "We are free. Like we don't have to do that." So that's also an indicator that they'll probably keep fighting. And they won't just be doing jobs anymore, and that they might do something that kind of resembles the Rebel Alliance.
Hmm. I think we were talking about it before. What do you think from the trailer so far of what you've seen? Is there any big reveals you're thinking that we're gonna get, or just kind of some plot that you're like, okay, that's a bigger reveal. That's your main arcing thing that I think we're gonna see in this season. Besides, like, let's say the whole Cody and Rex situation.
Um, can you elaborate on that?
So what I mean is, so is there anything that you want to see from this series that is going to be like the major, like, whoa, okay, that's what's going on.
Yes. Okay. So
Cloning wise is what I
yeah,
want to see what's going on.
same. Because I think Omega is not out of the fence yet. I think they still want Omega. I think Palpatine wants her. In that first trailer that came out, Celebration, I don't know if it was like scenes like just kind of lining up, like and to make it look like something was happening. But there was a scene where Omega was kind of peeking behind like a corner, and then the Emperor like popped up, and it looked like the Emperor was looking at her. Because we know this that we're definitely going to be in Coruscant for a bit in the show, and that shows a lot in the trailer. There's a high speed chase, there are attacks happening, there's stuff happening in the Senate. So we're going back to Coruscant. I'm always okay with Coruscant because that's a fun planet. It's an
Hmm.
awesome planet, and then also maybe that will tie in into stuff happening with Saw, with Mon Mothma, and kind of not directly connection to Andor, but I could see things kind of happening there, to where like there's like small connections with like Saw Gerrera and stuff like that. But we see them talking and like kind of trying to figure out of if they want to keep doing this, like of keep doing small jobs or do something for real. And then we get this clip of this, as Josh was saying earlier before we started, was this kind of long necked robot thing. We have no idea what this is. It's never shown up in Star Wars before. It the head reminds me of a Acolyte, um, of the six-legged character, the six-legged creature that like that you have to fight in Star Wars Battlefront 2. It showed up in Attack of the Clones. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that head kind of resembles that for me, but the whole robot leg thing I'm confused by.
Well, I saw it. It looks a lot like the Horizon Forbidden West tall neck.
Okay.
Do you know what Horizon is?
I have not. I mean, I've seen trailers and stuff, but I haven't played it
If
yet.
you literally look up Horizon Forbidden West Lego set, you'll see what I mean. Like it
Okay.
looks exactly like that. I looked at that and I was like, oh, it looks like it's from Horizon.
So then we fast forward, we get to the 48-second mark, and it looks like they are back on a Republic Star Cruiser bridge. It doesn't look like an Imperial yet. And then we have, streaming January 4th, and we see a cruiser again. We see clones, and then we see Cody and Crosshair talking, and Cody's wondering, like he's saying that there are clones that are kind of disagree with the Order 66 thing,
Mhm.
and then Crosshair's trying to put Cody into check and saying then they are traitors just like the Jedi. And we know that from the last season that Crosshair uh, kind of complete shattered us of having the theory of, oh, like he's been doing this because of his chip. But then he says, oh, I took my chip out a long time ago. I've been doing this of my own free will.
Mhm.
Um, and I think Cody will maybe be in the line of duty, and then he sees Rex and everything, and they're just debating on things, and then I'm hoping. Listen, I can definitely see them fighting it out, and then Rex like killing him, and then that breaks him, and then he goes into exile and stuff. But do you think that's gonna happen?
I'm not entirely sure just yet. I really want to see more of the footage that they have because I feel like this is the only this is the series I don't want to hype too much of what we're gonna get because I don't think we're gonna get the kind of reveals that we really want to see. Like I think
Yeah.
what we're gonna get is more like, hey, we're gonna get some more character development of Omega's story. We found out basically what happened to Camino in the last one, and I think that was the biggest sort of reveal besides having Omega be another clone or a separate type of clone. I think the main thing for me we're probably going to get as a reveal is like, hey, we're going to bring back some old clones that cool, but just to know like this is the reason that she was cloned. This is why we have her clone, or this is where we took the new cloning facility, and that's what we're trying to do here. Because I think everyone thinks that um, Omega is force sensitive at the moment.
Right. And some people, I mean, like I knew like in the first like season, I think Ray actually was saying like, well, it could be a clone of Palpatine. You like see that she kind of has the same hair as Palpatine did in the Clone Wars. I'm like, I mean, nah. But I like, how do you think that's connected? Like, because it can't just be a mix of the emperor and a clone. It has to
I'm
be
not.
something else.
I'm not sure. I know that we're having. I think it's we're getting into a like I always like to say like Star Wars had these like phases, and I feel like we're getting into this. We have this big phase right now of underlying cloning technology to explain what's happening in the sequel trilogy. So it's interesting to me because like it we want to see what is all to do with baby Yoda at this point. Grogu's whole situation. This is like the precursor with Omega. I want to know what's going on with Grogu, who saved him, all that kind of stuff. So I feel like overarching the whole cloning process is what we're going to be building up to.
I mean, like I agree. I think we will, and I think that's going to be kind of like not the main theme of this year.
It's so funny to me that like one line of just them being like somehow Palpatine returned has transformed into this like overarching explanation that we have to do now. It's really funny. Like a little bit of oversight has just completely gone into I have to explain this and we're going to take like 10 years to explain it.
Do you think they overestimated like of how big Grogu was going to be, because now everyone just wants to know, and I think it's more than just the merchandise now. I think it's
What
like
do you mean by overestimated?
well, so there are some characters that they make specifically for like, oh, hey, here's some merch.
Mhm.
But now I think it's to the point where they have expanded his like story so much of Grogu. Now we want more, and to know exactly like, who took him from the temple. Why is he a mute? Like, why is he not talking at this time? Like, what happened? And
Mhm.
I think we're looking for every single we're looking for every explanation in any Star Wars show coming out, because I know when Andor came out, they're like, maybe it was Luthen that helped out Grogu, and I'm just like, are they just gonna say every single character would like try to line up and take them from the temple? Like, it's going to be very interesting when like it happens and the theories that people had are not correct, because I know some people are just like living off of those theories and just being like, I can't wait until it happens, and then it doesn't happen. So I'm very invested to see how that goes.
I am too. I think yeah, a lot of it's I generally feel like Grogu will be the past, present, and future of Star Wars, and he's
Okay.
basically the link between all of them. Um, and I feel like his connection could be as little as they needed his, like, he was always in the plans to be used for the cloning process, and then that comes in with like Omega being this certain clone that they got close to being force sensitive, and they think that they could use Grogu's, and then we see that little bit of connection, and I feel like throughout the all of these series we're going to have him being the link from the past, present, and future.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. Um, Denny Boy is wondering if we've seen the Acolyte stuff. So we're actually going to talk about that. We not all of it. There will be some light spoilers, so we'll warn everyone before we start talking about it, and then we can and then you can fast forward to a different part. But that's something we definitely want to talk about, because some of the pictures came out are just like crazy, man, and it makes us super super excited. But going forward in the trailer, um we then see we see now we're on the 57-minute mark. Cody and Crosshair are wrapping up their conversation, and then we go to Crosshair shooting, and it looks like we're on a planet that looks very similar to Geonosis, but it's not. And then it cuts to a Trandoshan with a flamethrower, and then I believe there's a tank, and I can't tell if okay, actually, if you zoom in, it does look like it's a mix of the Trandoshians, but also I think there's a Wookiee that one of the Trandoshians is talking to. So I think we might go back to Kashyyyk. And if we go back to Kashyyyk, that's very, very cool. And maybe that might tie in how Gunji meets up with the Bad Batch,
Okay.
because we know he shows up, and then we have like more of this planet that looks like Geonosis, but it's not. I mean, I can't really tell. I'm at the 1 minute and 9 second mark. It looks like Geonosis, but I don't think it is. It's probably a new planet. Like I could see it being a new planet.
Mhm.
But then we get to the next scene of where there's these droids. And something that they talked about in Andor was like different factions, like of how there was still like the separatists, like still being there, and then there were other factions, and then there were people who like still were like part of the Republic. But there's these droids, and they go after Gunji, and one of the droids had Gunji's lightsaber, and Gunji had a blaster. So I'm curious in how that all happened. I'm curious what the droids are going after Gunji, because if it was the Empire going after Gunji, they would send a battalion. They would send Sith Inquisitors after them.
Yeah.
Um, So I don't think it's the Empire. I think the Empire will get involved.
Mhm.
Uh, but how do you feel about his involvement in the show?
Interesting. It's good to see these characters. Um, I mean, I can't really make a too much of an opinion just yet, but it is going to be
Yeah,
see. It'll be interesting just to see what the world view is or the galaxy's view on Jedi at this point. So how the propaganda has just been, hey, look, they're very super dangerous. Everyone needs to run from them. So it'd be interesting to see if we see anything on from the show.
I
Uh,
was excited to see Gunji show up.
okay.
For those who don't know who Gunji is, he showed up in the Clone Wars in season 5. Uh, and I liked his character. He 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 was very quiet. He seemed very shy just from what we saw from the trailer. Like, you know, in the trailer for the Bad Batch, he's, more, you know, it feels like he's not as fearful as he used to be. And I think maybe I think Order 66 definitely toughened him up, and, like, it kind of opened his eyes, because in the stuff that we saw in the Clone Wars, he was a very shy, um, he was a shy Jedi. He was very nervous about getting his crystal in the cave and helping out his friends and stuff. But honestly, I love the fact that we are, seeing more of these Clone Wars characters coming back. I wasn't expecting Gunji, but I remember at Celebration, everyone got up out of their seats and, like, cheered, and it blew me away, because I was like, really? Like, I mean, I'm excited, but I didn't think other people would be, like, about that. So, that was super, super cool to see him come back.
Mhm.
But then you have him turn on his lightsaber. It's great. He's back. Woohoo! And then uh you have a shot of Wrecker having a rocket launcher, and he blows up a ship. I can't tell what the ship is. I think it might be a shuttle class, or, oh, okay, it's an A-wing. So he blows up half of the A-wing, and then we cut to this high-speed chase in the lower cities, in the lower city of Coruscant. They're riding on through, and then
Looks
you
like
just have, like,
fun.
yep, and then you have a montage of just different, like, fight scenes. There's this weird alien creature. We're on uh we're on 1 minute and 24 seconds. It kind of resembles the snake. Oh wait, hang on. I think they're showing the gameplay for Jedi Fallen Order right now, Josh.
Hmm.
Hang on. Hang on, guys. This, like, might be it.
Pretty sure it was League of Legends.
Oh, okay, never mind. All right, good.
He saw a tank.
Yeah.
That is. It is. It is. It is.
So I'm right. Okay, cool. All right. So it's a cinematic gameplay trailer.
Ooh.
Trusted most.
Ooh.
They have blue eyes. Oh, he's flying the Magna Guard. The lightsaber. He's flying the ship. Oh, crashes. Hang on. We'll break this whole thing down, guys. Don't worry. Are they back in Coruscant? Where
Yay!
are
Finally,
they?
new creatures too. Yeah, let's
Oh
go.
my gosh, let's go. Oh, he's riding it.
Yeah. Looks like a
Sorry, I'm
choker
yelling.
though.
Oh my god.
Cool.
That's a good line. Okay, we're about to break this down. Oh my gosh. Look at this. His two lightsabers this March. What is that? That a Wampa, but on a different planet?
Tree Wampa.
That's also a Dark Trooper. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh, who's helping him? Who's that? Oh, whoa, that's sick. He's a beard, and he's fighting battle droids. Oh, this is sick, bro.
Wow.
And
That
he
looks
has a
fun.
grappling hook. Very nice.
Oh, cross guard.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Those are droid commandos. Very cool. Very cool.
It is dropping March 17th.
All right. Well, there you go. And I
Wow.
believe it's available for pre-order as well. Oh, oh.
Is he there live?
Oh, he's there live. Let's go. Oh, and he's got the moves.
It's the Galaxy's Edge saber too.
Yep. He was so like I remember when they dropped it. I've got that saber, bro. It's sick. I think you got it too, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's not the one
It's
they
got
have.
the new cap. It's got the new cap.
I mean, hang on, guys. Sorry, we're in the middle of a bad batch, but we have to watch this. Is sick.
I'm wondering what they're gonna do for. I mean, yeah, we got so many new characters, so much new fun stuff looking from this trailer right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there was a lot in that trailer. I was surprised.
So, what do you think so far with footage?
We'll break it down as soon as we get done with the Bad Batch one. I'm so excited, but the lightsaber that he's holding is the one he has from the Jedi Survivor game. So I think they might sell that at Galaxy's Edge, like, you know.
Hey man, just grab just a different cap. It's literally just the NPC that you can buy for it. That'd be funny.
Oh man. Oh shoot. Okay, so I'm gonna get that ready because of So let's backtrack to the Bad Batch. I like saw that and I was like, oh, there is a guy in a Bacta tank, and then you're like, oh, I don't think so, and then I was like, oh shoot. So let's finish breaking down the Bad Batch. Going back to it, there is an alien creature that looks like the snake from the snake type creature from Rise of Skywalker that like Rey heals. And then after that, you like have a montage of them fighting. There's battle droids, and then you have the new. There was a scene before this one, but there's a scene after the droids where you have kind of like the Mark 1 of the stormtroopers of what they look like. And I think by the end of the show, we'll probably have that stormtrooper look. Because which I love that their look is based off the Ralph McQuarrie look. And then we have
I feel like we're getting a lot more of that stuff.
Yes, and I love that it's happening like in Clone Wars form though. Like, I mean, I loved Rebels and I love the art was based off of Ralph McQuarrie. But I love that we're getting the Clone Wars style because to me that's like classic. But we then go to the Senate, we see the Emperor, we see the back of Masamita, and then we have the Bad Batch going through lower streets fighting. We have a shot of Omega and Gunji, and then we have a shot of Bail Organa. It's the only shot of him in the trailer, so I'm curious of what his involvement will be. And the last time we saw him was in Kenobi, and we also saw him in Tales of the Jedi during the last of the Ahsoka arc. Clones fighting, they're running out of a building, going down, and then it ends with like Rex asking them for help for a mission. And when Rex talks to them, that kind of makes me think that that maybe my theory is wrong about Rex and Cody fighting each other, and maybe like Cody reached out to Rex and he wants to evac and he wants to escape, and then maybe they do get him out, and maybe Crosshair kills Cody in front of Rex, and that breaks Rex. I'm thinking this will explain why Rex went into hiding, like went into full out hiding, and he's not with the like Alliance until Rebels.
Yeah,
I think something's gonna happen in the show that will break him, and I think it's Cody dying in some way. But yep, and then that's the trailer. It comes out on January 4th, which is in a couple of weeks. And then we have a whole year of Star Wars. And March is a huge year for Star Wars, guys. Like it's crazy. Because you have Jedi Survivor. You also have the last couple episodes of the Bad Batch, and then we'll cross over with Mandalorian season 3. And that's all happening in March, and that's not the only stuff happening of Star Wars like this entire year, because we still got Acolyte, which we'll talk about as well. But and Skeleton Crew, Ahsoka, and then for Lucasfilm, you've got Indiana Jones, and I guarantee there's other Star Wars projects that they haven't announced yet that are probably going to be happening this year. So there's a lot of Star Wars still to come. But let's break down that trailer that just dropped for Jedi Survivor. You kind of got our live reactions from that. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh man, I am so excited. It dropped 7 minutes ago. Let's get into it. So we open up with him
discovering the new Bacta tank.
Yes, we don't know where this is.
Don't know where, don't know when, but yeah, I think it's a Bacta prison.
Yes. And it sounds like the person that he rescued might be the antagonist.
Interesting. I'm not sure. Maybe because it's definitely like a prison, because they're like, I got betrayed by the one that I trusted the most.
Yeah. So who do you think he got betrayed by? Who do you think his master is? I mean, there's like a long list.
I'm not sure. It's very, very interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Hope it's new. Hope it's something completely different. Nothing that we've seen.
Yeah.
And then we get after they've been released from the Bacta tank, they're like, I won't be in prison again. We get a couple flashes. So we get the guards. He's fighting one of the guards from like Grievous's guard.
Yeah, so there are a lot of Clone Wars battle droids in this. I think the only main battle droid we didn't see is a super battle droid, but we saw the B1 units. Oh, and the droidicas, because I didn't see a droidica. But we saw a lot of different like Clone Wars droids in this. And then we have a clip of him fighting someone with a yellow lightsaber.
Yeah, right? It's like an orange lightsaber,
right? And the saber that he has looks very similar to
their little crew is very it looks very similar to
his hilt.
Cal's one as well.
Or do you think he is holding on to one of his? Yeah, he has the second half.
Maybe. Okay. That'd be a cool little like reason for them to get involved with each other. We also see Cal flying the Mantis and seeing it crash land, which I'm pretty sure is the whole kind of thing that they had in that first little reveal.
Now after they crash, if you kind of see him standing on that rock and kind of looking over the horizon, tell me that doesn't remind you of Galaxy's Edge, of like of Batu.
I know.
Please come on, please, man.
Please.
Oh,
I would be extremely happy if they did that. But yeah, like that, it looks great. It looks really, really cool from that little valley that we're seeing. Hey, I would not be happy. I mean, I'd be extremely happy if it is Batu. I'd also be extremely happy if it's anything else. A new planet, please. One of the things that it's a little bit later in the trailer. It's cool seeing how she's become like the new like Jocasta, basically.
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing here.
But we don't know if this is on Coruscant. I doubt they're in Coruscant. So maybe some way they like maybe did a heist and they just stole a whole like section of the of the Jedi library in Coruscant, because I don't know how they would have gotten it there. But she has a whole different look. Like her look is completely different. This game takes place 5 years after the events of the first game, and there's a book that was just announced, and that book will be filling in that 5-year gap, and that will explain the story from the first game to the second game.
And Cal is now the Empire's most wanted.
Yes.
Going past this a little bit.
Oh man,
more gameplay. Yeah, Cal using the force to pick up the trooper to shoot back. I
Oh
thought
my
that was pretty
gosh.
cool.
I cannot wait to see the force moves in this. And
Yeah.
something else as well is that this is also happening the same year of the events of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't think there will be a crossover. That would be very interesting. They did not announce any of the DLC skins yet, like officially.
Yeah, they did.
They did? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So one of the DLC skins is
Oh well, yeah, not officially, but it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
One of them is the traveler or the exile one,
yeah.
which has his
Mhm.
costume from the comic.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
And they also have the same look of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. Apparently, we
Yep.
didn't really see him use any blasters in this trailer either, which was
Mhm.
interesting because his action figure, like, has it. But there's this line that this guy says that got me
Whoa,
really.
whoa! Skipping a little bit too much there, buddy.
Oh, hang
Back
on.
it up, back it up. We got a
I'm
new
backing up. I'm sorry.
creature. We got a new
I,
creature.
I'm excited, bro.
New
I'm so excited.
mount. A new
Okay.
mount.
All right. So he takes down the stormtroopers, and then we see him riding what looks like a tauntaun. It's definitely not a tauntaun, but I think we've seen these creatures before. I feel like we have.
You know what? The guy who gives that line that you like. I mean, you could say a line. I'm pretty sure that's a Gendai.
No way.
Yeah. Please.
No way. Hang
Please.
on. I have to see his look.
I'm pretty sure it is.
No. Oh no. Wait. Oh, okay. So for those who don't know what you're talking about, can you explain that? So
Dirge from
yeah.
uh
No way.
Dr. Afra Comics.
No.
I think I'm pretty sure that is because like it looks like that kind of armor, and it looks like his face from the comics.
Oh my gosh, bro. I'm so excited for this game. Oh man.
Like I'm comparing it right now, and I'm pretty sure
Oh
that
my
it could
gosh.
be.
Look at that guy's weapon too, like of the guy with the jetpack. Like he has like a Triton.
That's really cool.
Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. So he comes up, he takes down so he's fighting him. And and it looks like you'll be able to use the two lightsabers more than just a combo. Like you'll be able to use that as an actual option instead of like going from single blade to dual bladed. You will probably be able to jump from single to dual bladed to double bladed. I think they're adding that option now.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm hoping. But then it says this March, and then we see this beautiful shot of this creature that looks like a wampa, but it's not. And we don't know what planet it's on. It's on some forest planet. I don't think it's Kashyyyk. There will be a bunch of new planets, but there will also be some planets that we haven't seen before. Oh man. Oh, come on. And then we have a couple of the scout troopers from the first game with the batons, and then we have him fighting a one of the early stages of a dark trooper, which we first saw. Which we first saw in Rebels and canon, right? Because it's the same bots that Thrawn fights. I think it's like a phase 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I also just got your picture that you sent me. I see the resemblance. That's interesting. Oh,
Still
man.
has the same eyebrows. The side little pieces on Dirge's mouth are covered by that metal piece that he's wearing for his helmet.
Yeah.
I'm like,
hang on. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's the same species.
No way. No way.
That'd be good. I'd be extremely happy.
I don't think it's Dirge. I mean,
I don't think it's Dirge himself, but I definitely think it's the same species.
Same species, yeah, because he doesn't have the same like tattoos or anything like that. So okay. But anyways, going back to the Wampa, I'm just gonna call it a Wampa because I don't know what else to call it, but that Oh my gosh, it looks great, and it's huge. Like that thing is almost as not as big as a Rancor, but like it's picking him up, man. Like it's tossing Cal Kestis around like he's nothing. So tosses him around. We have the Dark Troopers coming out, and then he takes it out. Stand against the darkness.
Look at that new character. Ooh.
Yes. Who do we think he is?
No idea. Could not tell you.
I didn't hear him say his name or anything, so.
New character, new scoundrel character to join the team. Very interesting. Curious to see where his character is. I also like the planet that they're on. Reminds me of the one that they were using in Kenobi. Not quite sure what that planet is just yet. Could be at the bottom of Coruscant as well.
How great would that be though? Like if they had like a 1313 Easter egg, I think that would be great. Oh man,
that'd be fun.
Just of the lower cities of Coruscant, but I love that they're going into that environment. And then the scoundrel guy ends up like doing like a flip like off of him, and he actually gets some air, like a lot of air, to where maybe he might be force sensitive and he's hiding it, and maybe he might be a Jedi on the run too, potentially, but probably not. And maybe my hopes are high for that. But I would love to see a game like this where you would be able to maybe play in line with someone else, not like like open world or anything, but like because I don't think that's what this game is going to be. It's not going to be like Grand Theft Auto, Star Wars, or anything. But I want it to where like I can hop on and then you can hop on Josh and then we can play like these missions together.
So you're talking like a co-op, campaign. That'd be cool.
Yeah. But we have him do a flip over the guy, take him down with a kick, and then he looks like he's fighting this dinosaur. And then we have him, and then
new creatures.
Yeah,
it's amazing. I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Our friend Jeff is probably freaking out too because of like that's like his thing. He loves all the new creatures, like in Star Wars. So I bet after he watches this trailer, he's gonna be freaking out. But then we have this next shot of Cal.
Battle droids,
bro. He's walking up to the camera. And
whoa. It looks cool.
He's got facial hair. He doesn't have any scars yet or anything.
No more poncho.
Yeah, no more poncho. His like looks are look great. But then you see the person that he rescued. I think that's the guy that he rescued because he has the same look and he has the same eyes, but he's talking to that guy that looks like Dirge.
Yeah, and I'm very interested to see who that is.
Yeah. And I think we actually just saw a battle droid. If I'm
not it's battle droids. Yeah, they all have like the same kind of battle, like they are, what do you call it, like scrap battle hardware. So I think it's like another fighting pit thing.
Right, but I think one of the droids that he's fighting is a super battle droid, which I didn't think I saw. But yeah, I think that's a super battle droid. Yeah, but it's cool. So yeah, wow, they like must have taken down a separatist ship or something.
Yeah, it looks really cool. That I like Cal's little lightsaber move when he splits his lightsaber apart right in the next scene and then runs forward and spins it.
It's great, man. He also has a grapple hook now as well. So it seems like he has upgraded a lot in the past 5 years of being on the run. But then you have him turning on his lightsaber with an upgrade, and he actually looks surprised when he turns it on because I think he's kind of skeptical. When he turns it on, because his face is like, "Oh, it worked." But he's got a cross guard lightsaber now, so that's a big customization jump. That's huge.
It's more like the cross guards from
the
High Republic.
From the High Republic, yeah.
Yeah, it's like little like blades that like burn out to the side and come around. I was like, that's really cool. I'm excited.
And then we have him fight some droid commandos. Jedi Survivor, March 17th, 2023. Big month for Star Wars, man. Big month for Star Wars. And then directly after that is is Star Wars Celebration. So honestly, there's a lot that's going on. Like there's a lot, bro. It's crazy. So that's the trailer. A lot happened in that trailer. I mean, I guarantee like we'll keep talking about it. We'll break it down. Um, do you know who we didn't see in this trailer?
Who?
It was Greaves, the small guy.
Yeah, from the last pilot. Yep.
Yeah,
No,
I
didn't see him.
didn't see him in here. That's kind of
He's
makes me
he's in
nervous.
the book. We know that from the cover. I don't know if he might die in the book and give the
That's
mantis
tragic.
to
Cal.
Cal, because he's definitely not in this
Hmm.
trailer.
He's also he's making new friends in this. He's also making enemies. We did not see this. We did not see the Sith Inquisitor type person from the first trailer that we got.
Mhm.
A- about 6 months ago. Because in that trailer you actually see like Coruscant. There's that guy sitting at the desk. So that's saying a lot. I think this game is going to be the game of the year, man. Like look at this. This looks
really good.
incredible. It looks fantastic. I honestly I can't wait to play this on the PlayStation 5. This is going to look fantastic.
Yeah, it does. Everything that
Oh
we've
my
seen so
gosh.
far looks really cool.
Oh, guys, I'm so excited. All right. So, and I think our plan was, Josh, that you and I were going to
Race each other to see who could finish it.
yeah, so either I would come over or you would come over here, and then we would set up your TV, and then you and I would like kind of sit and like play the game at the same time. Because this
Yeah, but then we'd just be like screaming back and forth, like, "Oh, you get to this part, like no."
well, so that's actually what my friend Chris and I did when the first game came out. Like he like came over that weekend. I was in my bedroom. He was in the living room playing off the TV there, and we were just going back and forth and being like, "Okay, hang on, you have to do this." We're like, "Dude, I just did this," and I'm like, "I'm not there yet." So it was just the funniest thing, but we were having a great time. And
yeah, I'm super excited.
oh my gosh, I cannot wait for this game. I'm glad I got the lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge. I like hope when the saber does come out, when this game does come out for like when the game comes out and they bring the lightsaber to Galaxy's Edge, I hope they have the option of where you can just buy the bottom half of the saber.
Yeah, it's just like the end. See, the other, I mean, the cap unscrews, so I wouldn't put it
Right.
past them just getting a new little cap to put on it. It
Yeah.
doesn't seem too hard for them to make.
Here's hoping, but yeah, guys, that was the trailer for Jedi Survivor, and I'm not disappointed. I'm
Not
very
disappointed at all.
excited. I will probably pre-order this after we get done. Like I'm that pumped.
Acolyte news.
Yes, Acolyte news. Okay, so spoilers, potential spoilers for Acolyte. These are some pictures and everything. So if you don't want to, see anything about Acolyte, not really hear about it, skip ahead. But we're talking about it because this is big news. This is super cool. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Giving you one more chance. Skip ahead or just all right. Okay, so here's the first picture. This is a Wookiee. We don't know if it's a female. We don't know if it's a male or trans or anything. It's I'm very curious of the story behind some of these characters because this is taking place during the High Republic, which has never showed up on screen before. So I'm really curious. But from that first image I showed Josh, does that make you like? I mean, it's super exciting to see some familiar creatures and species, but I'm really excited to see like a live action Wookiee with a lightsaber. I think that's going to be amazing.
Well, I mean, it's like Jedi robes. That's really cool.
Yeah. Let's see. And then you you have some on-set stuff, and then you have a couple of different shots. You have a Zabrak. It looks like most of their robes are mainly yellow. How do you feel about that? Because I know that's kind of like the main theme of of the High Republic, of where most of their robes are the same type of color. Because of, I guess that's how it was in the books.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm very interested.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be was it like was it the 13th, the one that the one episode that we had from Visions, the I forget how many Jedi was it,
Oh
the
yeah. Of the of the of the
was it
nine
ninth
Jedi one.
ninth
Yeah.
Jedi.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna start with something like that,
Okay.
where it's one of them internally that has turned, and you don't know who it is to begin with. I feel like that's what we're getting at. I like all these little characters that we've seen so far in the photos. I'm very excited to be old High Republic era. It's exciting, very very exciting. I don't know what the inciting incident is going to be, and I think that's what a lot of people are very curious about seeing, is what the inciting incident is, because it's the kind of era of peacetime, hypothetically, still. So
Yeah. I'm very intrigued to see where this goes. I know I know that we're probably gonna get
Plagueis.
the infiltration of the Sith. I think that's gonna happen.
So do you think we're gonna have something to do with Plagueis?
Some capacity. We don't know exactly like what year this is taking place. It could be maybe a young Darth Plagueis, but we know this is taking place at the end of the High Republic and getting into like the prequel era.
That's what I'm
Um,
saying. Is it makes me think that, like, if okay, when you say end of the High Republic, I wonder if that means it's like 5-10 years or something, or it's enough to where Plagueis is trying to find an apprentice.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you, if that's the case, then there's, which I don't think it is, because I think they're trying to stay away from characters that we know. I think having Darth Plagueis in there, but like, and most likely we'll have some type of cameo of Yoda. I would be surprised if we didn't. But I want to see if that happens. I'm like, all right, well then, how about we get Count Dooku? How about we like I want, like, if that happened, that's how I would feel. So I don't think that's gonna happen.
Mhm.
I think we'll definitely see Cal. I mean, sorry, darn it, I'm so excited about Jedi Survivor. I think we'll see Yoda, Darth Plagueis, and possibly a young Palpatine. But I think that's a pipe dream. I think we'll see Yoda and Plagueis, because we don't know how old Plagueis was when he died, but we know Yoda's alive during this era, so I think we'll definitely see Yoda.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah. But from the images that we got, all the costumes look great. I'm excited about the Wookiee. That makes me super excited. Because of just a Wookiee with a lightsaber being that tall, you know, like that they will go full out beast mode, and just like because of those are strong. That's a strong species.
Well, to be fair, Jedi are still just protectors at this time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I want to see how they talk, how they speak. It's not as political just yet. I feel like this is going to be the infancy of how political they end up becoming, and you see the roots of being able to be corrupted through this new uh, way of the Sith. So I'm interested.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, oh man, they're actually, man, I'm so pumped for that trailer, man. That made me so hype.
Oh yeah, for real.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So out of all the things happening next year, besides Jedi Survivor, what are you most excited for?
To see where Acolyte goes, because I feel like it's so different at this point. I'm just like, I would love to know more and where they're gonna take it.
I agree.
I don't think there's anything that I am. Oh, and to see more about Skeleton Crew, I just want to get more information on it.
So we actually kind of know what's gonna happen. Apparently, there will be a crossover with Ahsoka in it, and they'll be going into kind of like the unknown regions, and it will be like a lost in
Okay.
space type situation. That
Okay.
that's the rumor because it's happening during the same timeline as The Mandalorian. But I think what they're gonna do with the show, which I'm really excited, is like they are going to go into the unknown regions, which is unknown space of Star Wars. So we'll probably see different like species, possibly some species from Legends. I can't think. What's the one species from Legends that like kills Anakin Solo and his kids, Han Solo's kids? I can't think of the name of it.
Yuzong Wong?
Yes, yeah. Because of those creatures were from that species was from a different part of the galaxy where it wasn't really known at the time, like of what would be. It, technically, it was in the unknown regions, but they didn't call the unknown regions in Legends. So it'd be very interesting if we saw that species like come to light. I think that would be super cool. But sounds like they'll be exploring the kind of unknown territory. It'll be a lost in space type situation. Jude Law will show up for some reason. I don't know what character he's playing, but he's going to be there. But apparently there will be some type of crossover with. I don't think Ahsoka show, but I think with Ahsoka herself, it could be I don't know. I don't know anything about it, which I love going into shows like that where I really don't know anything about it. But yeah. Yeah, man. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped. But yeah. So I think that's everything. We'll definitely talk more. I'm gonna be dropping the character of the week tomorrow on Friday, which all of you voted, and I thought it was gonna be a close call, but apparently I was wrong. It was Cal Kestis and Star Killer. And I put them up against each other, and a lot of people like it. It was a close fight at first, but a lot of people voted for Cal Kestis over Star Killer. So that
you thought that was going to be close?
Star Killer was a fan favorite.
I sleep, bruh. I sleep.
So with that being said, please go check us on Instagram at Star Wars Stuff Podcast, Twitter at Stuff Pod, TikTok, search Star Wars Stuff Podcast, Gmail, Star Wars Stuff Podcast, Gmail, Facebook, Star Wars Stuff Group, and Star Wars Stuff Podcast page. Please write us a review. It can be 5 stars. Just be honest. Even if it's about David, it's fine. It's cool. And we also have our own site, stuffpodcastnetwork.com. We have a Twitch account, SWStuff77. I'm actually getting ready to play because right now I'm in the Indiana Jones mood because of the new trailer that came out. So I'm probably going to play Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. So go and check that out on our Twitch. I know it's not Star Wars, but it's Lucasfilm. It works for me. And go and check us out on Patreon. We have a bunch of stuff on Patreon. We have a bunch of commentaries for Andor and other shows on there. And we have different book reviews. We're on YouTube. Please, if you're watching us from YouTube, thank you. If you're watching from any streaming platform, again, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. And especially for Twitch, going back to Twitch, March, Josh and I will be on there, and we will be playing the crap out of Jedi Survivor. If you can't tell, we're super pumped for it. But with that being said, thank you so much for listening. May the Force be with you always.